I'm the mom of a beautiful little boy who grew up to be an amazing kid. I lost my beautiful boy to heroin.
We didn't find out if Jordan was a boy or girl until he was born. So obviously I was beyond thrilled when I had my little baby boy.
I thought he was the most beautiful baby in the entire world.
He was like my mascot. I would take him everywhere we went.
He was a character. Everything he did was really funny. He was a very funny little boy. Jordan was the best big brother. He was the leader of the Filler Four.
I really could not imagine a better big brother than Jordan. He was always the first one to make us laugh and get us to sing Disney songs and put on shows and sneak out of the house at 4 a.m. for pancakes. He was really the life of the party, always.
We're going to miss him every day for the rest of our lives, and I don't think we're ever going to be the same without him.
Miller was just the most loyal friend you could have. He would do anything for the people he loved.
Good and bad, he was there for you, so.
And you could always put a smile on your face.
Right.
That's for sure. We just miss him.
Skiing, it seems like the one place where Jordan was able to forget about some of his inner turmoil and just kind of be free and happy. And he's probably the prettiest skier I've ever seen. The way he would just get on his edges and carve, he was just beautiful. Because he was so good, it was one thing that really helped his self-esteem, and certainly I think throughout Jordan's life he had some pretty major self-esteem issues, which contributed pretty seriously to some of the things that happened to Jordan. Obviously, in high school, he was a typical partier, and I definitely think he would drink more and smoke more weed than his friends.
In terms of adolescence and addiction, the difficulty is it's a social norm for kids to use substances on some level.
Things really took a turn for the worse is when he went to college.
I noticed that when he went to college, he started hanging out with a darker crowd, and when he would come home, he didn't see his high school friends as much, and it was definitely a sign that something had changed inside him.
He was just different. He used to be fun, energetic, and smiley, and now he was angry, and even scaring us sometimes with his odd behavior, sitting on the couch all day, alone, not engaging in the usual activities he used to.
That's the beginning of where we started sending him to rehabs for drug addiction, only to come home each and every time sober, and it would last a day, a week, 2 weeks. And for us, we thought that sober was the answer, but what we didn't really understand was that sober was a fleeting moment, that we hadn't really gotten down to the beginning.
Throughout this time, I never remember thinking about heroin. It just would never have crossed my mind that my little son Jordan would take heroin.
It was right after that our lives changed forever. It was a fight to keep Jordan alive at that point.
The drug problem in America today has shifted from basically cocaine, marijuana, and heroin, and prescription medications. Basically heroin and prescription drugs.
The addiction escalates so quickly because it's so powerful, it's so reinforcing, and it's so addictive that after using heroin one time, you're addicted.
We set timers for every 15 minutes around the clock because if he fell asleep, we knew that he might not wake up.
Addiction is a terminal illness if it's left untreated.
You build up tolerances, and pretty soon your tolerance level hits the lethal level. It's not a moral issue, it's a health and safety issue.
Drug addiction has a major stigma. We want to reduce that stigma so that families are less embarrassed and more likely to seek help.
You don't want other family members to know your loved one has an addiction. Nobody really wants anybody to know that there's an addiction because of the stigma.
I'm extremely passionate and enthusiastic about all the things that the foundation has accomplished and is going to accomplish, and obviously incredibly appreciative that we have such a great group of supporters. But I just would do anything in the whole world to have Jordan back, just for a day. That would give me more pleasure than anything that could ever happen in my lifetime.
If I had 5 minutes with Jordan, I would throw my arms around him and tell him how much I love him. I would tell him it was not his fault. I would tell him we miss him so much. Every single day we miss him.
One thing that I want to make sure that happens for the rest of my life is that if anytime anyone asks me how many siblings I have or if I have any brothers, I will always make sure that I say that I have a brother named Jordan.
Losing my son has changed my life in every way. I just can't even begin to talk about how much I miss him and how often I cry and how often I think about him and how much I miss him.
This is in memory and honor to Jordan, who really was a 1 in a million. And we miss him every day, and we will never be the same without him.
We all have to do everything possible so that other families and children do not suffer what happened with my family and Jordan.
There's a crisis in our communities. We want to make sure that Jordan's and our family's story never happens to anybody else's family.